Greetings, my beautiful brothers and sisters, and 13 love, 13 wisdom, 13 knowledge, 13 respect from your sister Leah, all the way from Kenya. And it has been so long since we did one of one of this, and I am really excited to come in your presence before you this I think mid-afternoon and share with you what we have in Murahaba. So for all those who don't know who I am, my name is Leah Kilenga Bay. I am one of the creators and founders of Murahaba. Murahaba is an African business, not African, Kenyan, Kenyan business that seeks to crown royalty using different forms of traditional African regalia, that is the head wrap and the sandals, the sisal bags, and all things that are truly authentically made in Kenya or made in Africa, handmade and sourced and shared to everyone across the seas. And Murahaba is we seek to uphold modesty, even as we adorn our brothers and sisters across the world. We seek to maintain that modest look, that modest appreciation of what is royalty, basically. And there are very many forms of what we provide to our customers across the seas. One of the biggest things that we provide is the head wraps, which is the centerpiece of the entire African regalia look, and the crown. It sits at the crown. It is the centerpiece. It is what we started with. And we have expanded to leather sandals and sisal bags with a bit of leather. And now we want to provide a full coverage of body wraps and also regal adornment for our kings and queens. But that is, we're launching with a queen's regal dress this season, but for the kings we come later in later seasons. However, besides that, please check out our website if you want to see what we provide. And everything is handmade, everything is sourced by, if not me, one of the other team members of Murahaba, and it is hand selected, and we absolutely love everything. And we do not provide anything that we are not absolutely 100% in love, for love, and we enjoy the service that we provide, the service that we are enabled by a good and amazing Elohim to be able to do. And we are on this mission to just share the love from Kenya. Anyway, I'm sorry for the very long introduction. Today I wanted to talk about, we have been thinking to share with you how to wrap this particularly this style. Many of you have been asking, how do you, this is a very simple regal look, and we will to share this in future. However, before we teach you how to wrap, before we teach you how to tie, there's so many videos on this platform or many other platform, and there's a video actually my sister, our beautiful sister, TLC sister Yamare, made for us to understand how to wrap and how to wrap a turban. So you can also watch that. However, before doing that, we have to understand why we wrap our heads, because it has taken me a very long time to come into the realization of why and just just embody that. And it's something I think and I feel that we need to discuss. And why do we wrap our heads? It is not. So I've been wrapping my head since 2013, since I decided to be on the righteous path and uphold the Most High's laws, and that was about 7 years ago. And I only came to the full realization of why very recently. Surprisingly, I've been there has been some sort of cognitive dissonance, because whenever you see the African head wrap, they're very, very beautiful and they're very colorful, but then when you see them being adorned, the queens or the kings, they just there's some sort of conflict because it wasn't necessarily modest the way one wraps themselves, and it is more towards and inclined towards the fashion sense. And then the face and the body just didn't match what the head wrap is trying to do. That is to be modest and to uphold our traditions and to uphold the cultures that were left by our grandmothers and grandfathers, our cocos and babus. Yeah, so I had cognitive dissonance, because it meant to say that when you put on a head wrap, it's like, oh, you have to have beautiful lashes, like made up or drawn eyebrows and lipstick. You just have to pop on your face. And for me, I wasn't about makeup, and I wasn't about having all that. But now I understand why I wrap my head. Finally. So and this has made me be able to appreciate my culture, appreciate the word of the Most Highs, and appreciate the woman that I am. So the first reason why we cover our heads is to protect. Have you ever seen those bottles when you buy? It says return if seal is broken. Yeah, so our head wrap serves like a seal to preserve and protect what is inside, to make sure that it's fresh and clean and beautiful when it's opened. Yeah. So that is one of the reasons. Also, to cover our hairs. Our hair is an extension of our central nervous system, okay? And being that, if you understand what the work of the central nervous system is meant to do, is to send information back and forth to your body and to the brain, and to relay information outward. So your hair is like the tentacles of the nerves of your body, but now they grow out of your body and now they die, but they're proteins, but they're like they're protein based, and they serve the same function as the nerves inside your body. So when you pinch yourself and feel pain, that is the nerves sending messages to your brain that, oh, this is something bad, and this is you need to stop doing this because it's painful. Yeah. However, since our hair is dead, and it's a protein extension. It's not an extension. It's a protein continuation of the nerves. We cannot feel through the hair. However, it still serves the same function. It relays messages from the external environment to the brain, and vice versa. Okay, so covering our heads ensures that we do not get all the craziness that is happening in our world. That is the pollution, the air pollution, that is the smoke, the dust particles, the pollution even we do not see, like the EF waves, the F waves, like electromagnetic frequency, but that you need like a higher level of protection, like magnets, but it serves the same purpose. As well as, I don't know if you have noticed, but we have chemtrails all over, and that is another form of chemical warfare that Rome is unleashing to the people of the world, so that we can continue to be dammed down. And once they spray that, it affects the weather, it affects how the crops grow, because some diseases, they just come out of nowhere, and you have to buy pesticides to protect against the chemical warfare from the from the chemtrails. And also it helps, it doesn't help, it destroys the air that we breathe. It goes through your skin. So being covered up on your head, even on your body, prevents that, reduces that. Besides the physical, there are a lot of people thinking all sorts of crazy things, and we don't want to be part of that situation, because people are out here overthinking about who knows what, and sometimes that just leaks out, and some is actually sometimes targeted. When you walk, minding your own business, someone looks at you and just has a nasty thought about you. Okay, you will not be able to feel that, but if you're very in tune, you will be able to feel that. However, if you're not protected, if you're, let's say, unawares, if you're dumbed down, you will be able to get this attack. Yeah, and this also is one of the reasons why we protect ourselves, because of the demons. Yes, I said it, demons, and sexually transmitted, mentally transmitted demons. We have sexually transmitted demons and mentally transmitted demons, and even by touch. Okay, so covering yourself prevents a whole lot of, because there are a lot of people who want to draw energy from you. They want to just be in your presence, especially if you are in a higher vibrational frequency, and if you are sort of maintained a very higher sense of purity. And so they're drawn to you, but they don't know why they're drawn to you. So they want to attach to you. So they want to attach themselves to you somehow. So protecting yourself, covering yourself, ladies, that's why we are told to cover ourselves, not our heads only. We can be covered on our heads, but now we have like a mini skirt or some tights, snuggly, see-through, whatever, and that also attracts some kind of energy that we do not want to attract. That's why sometimes we get so many attacks, we get specific dreams, or we just you just attract, like relationship wise, you just so many obstacles, because there's this frequency you're attracting and you cannot shake, honey. You have to first respect yourself before someone else can respect you. Okay? And speaking about hair, one last thing about hair. Hair is the crowning glory of women. It is, I think in Corinthians, I don't know, I feel in Corinthians it says a woman's hair is her glory, and that's why the Most High has given her long hair to cover her, as a covering for herself. And yes, we would want to flaunt our hair, all beautiful, Leah, you look amazing with that hair, but it is not for the glory of you. It is not for the glory of me. It is for the glory of our Elohim. So covering that is a form of respect. Yeah, I will touch on that in a few minutes. I wanted to talk about hair. If you have noticed the central nervous system, along the central nervous system, that is where our hair lies. Our head, our eyebrows and lashes, for the men, the beard, and the chest, and the private parts, and our armpits. This hair serves a purpose, okay? This hair serves a purpose. For our heads, it protects and it provides a seat of understanding and wisdom, protects and covers the seat of understanding and wisdom. It gives us protection, because everything comes here from here, and it helps with protecting that, and giving us the information from outside that will help us govern ourselves better, and also allows us to be able to be in tune rather with our environment. So that is why we preserve the information that is coming in, and that's why we cover ourselves. For the eyebrows, so I just started recently growing eyebrows, and oh yeah, and it's amazing. I think it's the moringa that I'm drinking. So we are women. There's so much warfare against women, and it's serious. It's very serious, and we are told to shape our eyebrows, to pluck. There are all sorts of things that now people do, the microblading, the whatevers. And we don't understand the purpose of this hair here. The purpose of this hair, if you don't know, it's like a triangle. It's like the base of a triangle. That now, if you wear a turban, it brings the triangle to full circle, and that allows a specific kind of vibration to enter into your pineal gland, and to be able for you to to be more aware, okay? But if you're plucking, if you're plucking and microblading, it interferes with the light, it interferes with the information that goes in it. And as much as it protects, you were told it protects from the sweat, it also allows us to it works hand in hand with the eyelashes, because the eyelashes prevent dust from entering our eyes, but also for our eyes it is sight. Light gets into our eyes, so this is like provides sight for us. Okay, so when you pluck this and draw and then we cover these ones, it affects the frequency of your sight. And I'm not talking about, okay, as within so without, as above so below. Sight is light coming in and going out. Also affects the insight of things, the foresight. Yeah, some of us are just walking around like crazy people here because we lack these things. You're like, oh my God, I fell into this wrong relationship. I didn't know this guy was like this. He seemed like a very amazing, like kind king. You've been given these tools, but you're plucking your insight away, plucking your foresight away, or blocking those vibrations with your fake eyelashes. Yeah, we see forward, we look forward so that we can move forward. But if you block yourself, if you put a stumbling block physically and metaphysically, it becomes very difficult to govern. For private parts, I think you already know, we need it's a very specific to bring star seeds into this world. We need very specific energies, and the interaction of exchange of energy through that allows us to be able to get the best information into our wombs and into our sacred places, and so that can be translated into our star seeds. That's why you're told not to wear very, very short things or very, very tight things, because that is a direct escape of energy, or that is a direct entrance. It is not only the coming in and going out, it's also the way you cover up. It really, really helps because if you wear sagging pants, then you allow specific kind of energy or things to penetrate. Yeah, not even like, there's not even physical touch, but just wearing the way you wear, it's just it happens. Anyway, for the armpits, I know you know it's the endocrine system. It removes waste and allows the body to be back in balance. And it's also the endocrine system we have in our private parts, that is in our kidneys, that are when we urinate and when we remove waste. So even in our armpits, so it helps our bodies be in balance. That is why we protect not only our heads but our entire bodies for this specific reason. And even the hairs on our bodies, like they serve a function, like the energies have become very, very, very dense and very, very sensitive. So if you're not cognizant with how to govern, how to navigate, you need to come back to come back to yourself, go back to nature, start from the beginning and learn, detach, detox, deprogram, and just shed all that old and be renewed. Another reason why we cover up our heads is because it is written in the scriptures that our hair is our crowning glory, and we were given this hair by our Elohim for our covering. And as I said earlier, it is not for our glory but the glory of the Most Highs. So covering up is there's a large population in the world that covers up, and I think there's more people who cover up than not, if I'm not wrong. But they cover their heads, and that is a sign of respect of the Most High and willful submission. Notice that I said willful submission, because hair, like when your hair is out, you're very, very fair and very, very beautiful, and you attract a lot of attention. And covering up is humbling yourself so that you are in service of the Most High, that the mission, the Most High's mission is above you looking beautiful, is above you attracting a mate or a king, is above you being the best or being better than someone else. So it is because when I spoke to my grandmother, both of my grandmothers are cover up, like they had their heads covered up and their bodies with body wraps, and I really didn't understand for a very, very long time. And I just thought, y'all are old. And it's very old, it's very traditional, and but I came to understand that it is, they had reached a realization of respect for their temples and respect of their tradition and culture, and respect of the Supreme Mother. And covering up is respecting what you have been given as a woman, and protecting that, and only sharing that intimate part of you with your husband or with your children. Okay, yeah. So it goes both ways, because modesty is not for the fun of it. Modesty is not so that you can appear more humble and more meek than someone else. Modesty is putting yourself in the path of righteousness, putting yourself as surrendering and submitting to the Most Highs. Yeah, because He said that when you humble yourself, He will lift you up. And this is one of the ways we humble ourselves, aside from saying our pallios, aside from fasting, aside from being in service every single day, and just being able to appreciate their temple and being able to cover that and ensure that they are happy and they're willing to come into your temple, because the Most Highs will not come into a temple that is, it is by the roadside, and it's full of flies and all kinds of people urinating around it, and and people coming in and forth. It's never swept, it's never cleaned, it's never washed. All manner of murderers and thieves and robbers are abide in that temple. Like it's just, it doesn't make sense. So it is knowing that the Most High dwells within us, and how would you treat the Most High if they are in your presence? You will not even be able to look at them. You will be in awe. How in awe, not that in awe, feeling somewhat not worthy, because we are very, 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 like, we are servants. And but they said one thing. They said in I think Matthew, that when Yahshua was asked, who is your brothers and who's your mother, when he asked, who is your mother, who's your sister, when he was asked that, he said that my mother, for those who do the will of my Father, I will consider are my mother, my brother, my sister. So moving from a level of being servants to doing the will, this is the will of the Most High. There's so many scriptures about women being covered up and setting a turban upon our heads and being modest, and setting aside that Jezebel spirit and being stumbling blocks for our brothers, and coming and submitting ourselves, surrendering to the Most High to be able to be used as vessels of honor for their mission in this world. Yeah, because that is the purpose that we are here for, to do the work of the Most High. And you cannot do the work of the Most High if you do not realize who you are, if you do not realize that every day when you parallel, the Most High is dwelling within you and is working through you and is manifesting things through you. It is a realization that is slowly unfolding, and I truly appreciate, and the more Murahaba can be able to serve this purpose of covering our sisters and brothers across the seas and providing the very, very best for you to fulfill that purpose while you are on this realm, then I think our work is done. I think our work is done, because it is a great honor. It is absolutely beautiful, and we enjoy what we do. And I'm in awe about everything, and for all that the Most High is doing through us and with us, for all our brothers and sisters and TLC 13 Love community, all those businesses that seek to uplift the righteous kuzos, so that we can be able to all fulfill our missions and be of service in this world for the Most Highs. Amazing, and it is in divine order. And I don't think if there's anything that just that. Once we are able to submit, once we are able to surrender, we are able to be used for good, I think. And queens understand this, and kings. If you cannot submit to the Most Highs, and if you cannot surrender your will, so that the Most Highs can teach you how to fulfill their will in this world, then matters of having a dynasty or having a consort or having a business is very, very, I find it very challenging, not using the word, very counterproductive. That is counterproductive, because it's for me, I rather be on the path. I'd rather be of service to the Most High. I rather just cover up, and I rather just seek His face and seek His righteousness, and then than do it alone. Absolutely. Okay. Anyway, I hope you have all benefited from this, and I hope it has given you some clarity and understanding and wisdom. And I thank you all for sitting through this very, very long video. And we appreciate all the love, all the support, all the business that you have been bringing on our side, to our side. And this we still have in stock. What's the name of this? I cannot remember. I cannot remember, I'm sorry. I know, it's such a shame. Anyway, it is available, and for all those who want plain turbans and head wraps made of linen and cotton, you can hit up my sister Ina Amor Yamare Okabe. I will put a link down there below on the description box. For all those who want pre-made turbans that are all very diverse colors, plain colors, you can also reach out to my brother Tello V Bay. And please make sure, it is unfortunate that I'm not wearing a crown, but please, when you go out, the one thing that sets you aside, sets you apart from everyone else wearing an African head wrap, everyone else wearing a turban, everyone else who is out here so-called modesty but not modest, for the people for the select few, please set a crown on your turban and on your head wrap. And that, my brother King Elmick, More Crown Jewels, has your crowns. So please make sure you do that. When you buy a head wrap or you buy a turban, make sure you also buy a crown. I thank you for listening. I thank you for your love, and I appreciate you all, and I wish you all the best, and that the Most High can continue to walk with you, beside you in your upright ways. And blessings to you all. 13 love, 13 wisdom, 13 knowledge, 13 respect. Thank you, and see you later.